stretch, losing 6 of their last 8, and as Holly mentioned, a tough schedule during that time. They've got 3 games left. Everybody in the SEC has 3 games left. We're started here with the pink game, the Play for K game for Georgia. They're in their pink jerseys. Arkansas in their away jersey. Chapman, Battles leading the way. Warren, Isaacs, and Smith. And a good start for the Bulldogs. As we look at the Arkansas lineup, Spencer Carr is 3 games in a row in double figures. Daniels, such a leader for this team. Poffenbarger and Barnum leading the way in scoring for Arkansas. Turnover, though, for the Razorbacks.
Well, right off the back, you see Arkansas having trouble with that matchup zone, and it's not a great sign when your first possession is a turnover.
Yeah, they usually take care of the ball, so that's a key stat we will watch today. And that one just gets away from Diamond Battles, so a turnover for Georgia. So Arkansas, Holly, is coming off that game where they lost by 20 to Tennessee at home. How do they regroup in this game against a team like Georgia in this matchup zone that they play?
Well, you live off your third and fourth quarter against Tennessee was good. The first and second were not good, so they've got to build on that, and they've got to come in here with some confidence to know that they can attack this 2-3 matchup.
Jordan Isaacs with a nice block there. Arkansas will inbound it under their basket. Under 10 on the shot clock. Michaela Daniels. Barnum, shot clock is winding down. She takes it right at Warren, but an offensive foul called. The officials kind of looked at each other, but they both had the same call.
Yeah, they did. I like that. And that's what Arkansas has to try to get the ball into the paint.
So Coach Abe looking on, and the officials actually coming together to clarify here. Some confusion. And now they're going to call a blocking foul instead. Let's go back and take a look.
Well, 2 of them had a charge and 1 a block. So
well, they get Warren for moving into the path and the blocking foul. So Arkansas takes advantage with the free throw. They counted the basket, so a 3-point play for the Razorbacks. Isaacs off the mark. She has not scored in the last 6 games, trying to get a bucket there early.
Brittany, you watch this matchup. They put a lot of pressure on the basketball, so it can have the look of a man-to-man, but it is a zone.
Carr missing that one. Diamond Battles and Brittany Smith, the 2 transfers from UCF that came over with Coach Abe, leading the team, the only players in double figures for this Georgia team. Warren missed a couple of games with injury. She was back in the last game, gets a banker there.
Yeah, good patience, nice drive to the basket. Good open look.
Now, when we talked to Mike Neighbors before this game, he said to prepare for this matchup zone from this team at Georgia, it's like you have to have a 2-day prep for something you haven't seen all year long.
Well, it is, and it's just something you don't see. He said he's got to do some different things, and I said it's structured chaos is what you've got to run. A lot of cuts in the lane, a lot of misdirections. You got to treat it like a man-to-man. You can still set screens, but you can't run your typical zone offense. If you're standing, it's to Georgia's favor.
Georgia up 4-3 here in the early going. There's Diamond Battles. Her first couple of games in SEC play, she only scored 1 point against Alabama and against South Carolina. Then she really made a roll as she had double figures 10 straight games until just 9 in their last game against Kentucky.
Well, I just think she's settled in, and we've seen her quite a bit, Brenda, and we know what an outstanding player she is, great kid, great person, and I think just coming into this conference and getting used to it.
A 3-second call. Looked like Arkansas was getting nice ball reversal, but then they get called for the violation. They're 1 for 4 from the field to start. Georgia has won 3 in a row, 5 of their last 6. The only loss in that stretch was an overtime loss to LSU. There, besides South Carolina beating LSU, Georgia's the only team taking them to overtime this year.
Yeah, and again, I just think it's their defense, and as you see the season's gone on in the conference, their offense has picked up as well, Brenda. So they're shooting the ball a lot better than they did at the start of the SEC.
High-low pass. That ball had eyes. No. Javin Nicholson gets her own rebound, though, and puts it in.
Great hands. Nicholson, the ball was thrown behind her. Great hands. Made it look easy. That's a tough catch.
From the corner, Chrissy Carr, as I mentioned, 3 games in a row now in double figures. She is a sharpshooter from distance.
Yeah, she needs to hit those shots today. And that was an open 3, and it was from a screen that she went off of, and that's what they're going to have to do, a little bit of misdirection.
Michaela Daniels defending Diamond Battles, trying to keep her in check. Nicholson travels. Last 6 games for Georgia. You mentioned, Holly, their offensive numbers up, but their defense so tough.
Yeah, it's holding opponents at 32%. That's just getting after it and just knowing what you're doing, knowing the system, and they're playing really well.
All tied up here early. Good ball reversal to set up Daniels. It goes off the top of the backboard.
It's Georgia basketball.
Daniels averages over 13 points a game for Arkansas. You've got 4 players on the season for Arkansas that average in double figures. Spencer, Barnum, Carr, and Daniels all average in double figures.
We've talked a lot about Georgia's defense. Arkansas can score.
Diamond Battles sneaks her way to the backboard. She's got 4 here early. Too strong for Daniels, and a foul on the floor. Well, when we come back, we're going to hear from Charlie Creme and what he thinks of Georgia's chances for the NCAA tournament.
Program, collect hot dog points. Lounge.
Rewarding. With the BMO savings built, you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for
A
saving?
little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
IPs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Helps you make real financial progress.
Winter weather in Chicago, you know, vehicle winter ready with an oil change done at Chevy Drive Chicago dealer near you.
Their net ranking is 42, so we checked in with Charlie Creme to see what he thinks of Georgia's chances for postseason.
Georgia's recent winning trend has really helped the Lady Dogs solidify their spot in the field, but they still only have 1 top 50 net win, so there might be some more work to be done. That's what makes today's game so huge, and Georgia will be a key team to watch in the upcoming SEC tournament. Now, pushing LSU to overtime earlier this month really helped the Lady Dogs' profile. If they can do something similar against South Carolina in the regular season finale, that would go a long way as well.
That's why these last 3 games in SEC play are so important. That one top 50 win they have in the net is over Mississippi State. But as you look at the remaining schedule, they have this game, then Auburn, then at South Carolina to finish things up.
Yeah, this game's really, you see how the importance of this game for Georgia. They got to get this win. They've got Auburn here. And then they get to finish with South Carolina. And it's always a big challenge wherever you play South Carolina. But Georgia has that chance, that little element because of their defense.
They played South Carolina here at the beginning of the SEC schedule. Played them tough in the first half, but South Carolina really expanded the lead at the end. Now, going away, the foul was called on Diamond Battles, even though you thought she had good rebound position. Barnum missing there. So an offensive rebound and an opportunity, but short for Carr.
Yeah, gave them another possession, and it would have been huge if they would have scored right there. But, yeah, a little bit of – am I getting on the officials early today?
You did off the air. Would you like to do that on the air now? Three-pointer.
That's the coach in me. I'm like, what? But then you got to go with it.
You got to adjust, right? So Audrey Warren knocking down a three-pointer. She missed a couple of games, the Vandy and Florida games, with an injury. She came back against Kentucky and gets a big 3 on that last possession.
Yeah, and just gets set. Great, good ball movement by Georgia, and those are big shots. If they can hit those shots, then Georgia's in business because they like to go high-low and they like to penetrate in the lane.
9-3 run for the Bulldogs. Arkansas trying to solve this defense of Georgia. 2 of their first 9 from the field, and then another turnover.
Yeah, the defense is just so solid. And look how, when they come back down, look how spread out that Arkansas makes Georgia.
And then a steal leads to another opportunity. Nicholson, and what a sequence for the score for Georgia.
Yeah, and Georgia's doing a great job of, if they didn't hit the first shot, they're keeping the ball alive, getting second, third looks by their offensive rebounding.
And that was a problem for this Arkansas team against Tennessee. Tennessee was all over the boards against Arkansas. Poffenbarger just inside the three-point line.
Well, what it's offensive rebounds lead to another and another and another possession. So if you're on defense, play solid defense, finish it with a strong box out. Don't allow extra possessions with the offensive rebound.
Audrey Warren puts her head down, kicks out to Chloe Chapman, too strong. No offensive rebounds that time, so here comes Arkansas. Jersey Wolfenberger back into the game for Arkansas. Lewis, nice pass to Warren, and then a blocking foul called on Riley Langerman. Let's look back.
And so you see, what is the defense? It turns into possessions, and so Chapman attacks. The defense still stays on it. They're going to get another shot, and look at the weak side boards. Just battling right there, getting a tough shot off.
What a rebound for Nicholson in between 3 Arkansas players. And when you look at what Georgia does defensively, they're number 1 in the SEC in steals, in turnovers forced, and turnover margin.
Yeah, it's just. But Arkansas has the tools to get it done. They just got to make some shots.
A shoe lost on the floor. Whose is that? That's the shoe of Alicia Lewis. As she was making her move, she ran right out of her sneaker.
Yeah, well, the official had a little bit of an inverted whistle because her shoe came off, and
oh, she's got her KO tag on there.
Love it.
She left it on.
She about left it on the floor.
The turnover for Georgia. 5-point lead with counting down now to 2 minutes left in the first quarter here in Athens. Hoffenbarger lines it up. No.
Yeah, good look though. I mean, they're moving the ball. They're going side to side, going inside out. Nice ball movement by Arkansas.
Arkansas just 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. How about Chapman? She is so fast.
Quick with the ball, and they're not guarding her, but they're making her, allowing her to attack the basket.
Timeout on the court by Mike Neighbors as they are 7 points down here in the early going.
Yeah, and Chapman, look at them side. They're not even guarding her. So what does she do? She puts her head down and attacks the basket. Nice.
And for Chapman, that's her first basket of the game, really recognizing what was available to her.
Well, she took an outside shot earlier and missed it, and so what does she do? She's comfortable. And as you said, Brenda, great explosive first step to the basket. Nobody's going to guard her. She's going to go to the basket and shoot a layup.
Razorbacks, 2 of 4 from 2-point range, but 1 of 8. Is that playing right into what Georgia wants them to do?
Well, it is, but I will tell you this. Arkansas has gotten good looks from the 3. They just haven't made those, and they normally make those. So, again, is it mentally challenging for them to move the ball and try to find gaps? Maybe wearing on them, so we'll see as the game progresses.
Yeah, Arkansas averages 8 made three-pointers per game typically. They shoot 30% from three-point range. Hoffenbarger. Boy, tough defense that time inside by Mallory Bates. Bates kicking it out to Lewis. Well, that looked like it hit a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, kicking on Arkansas. So they'll reset to 20. It will be Georgia's ball under the basket.
Georgia basketball.
Hoffenbarger and Langerman checking out for Arkansas. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Yep.
And Bates travel.
Arkansas basketball.
Just an unforced error. So solid D by Arkansas. See what they can do on the other end here.
They're 1 of their last 8. Daniels kind of slipping as she goes, but somehow gets it up and in and draws the foul.
Great job of getting in the lane. So she got in the lane, attacking the basket, gets it high-low, and then she just attacks the basket, trying to move the defense. Little acrobatic shot.
How many magical shots has Michaela Daniels had this year? We were on the game where she banked in that three-pointer to win over Vandy. She is just such a dynamic player, and that's the kind of shot that gives a team a spark, right?
That's exactly. Well, great offensive players make great plays, and she makes great plays for Arkansas. You want the ball in her hands, Brenda.
Emory Ellis, the sophomore, into the game for Arkansas, gets a nice rebound, and now the shot clock is off for Arkansas to be able to chip into this lead here before the end of the first quarter. Spencer throws that one away, and Warren's got it, under 5. Warren weaving in and out of traffic, and then a foul called on the floor on the drive. They give it to Emory Ellis. And 1.3 seconds remaining. Already Georgia turning offense, trying to turn defense to offense here. In the paint, Bates off the mark. And a tough first half here in Athens, Georgia. This game is so important.
Well, you know what bursts the bubble? It's called winning. You just got to win.
That's right. That is exactly right. Starting the second quarter here in Athens, Georgia with a 15-11 lead. Now already, Georgia has forced 5 Arkansas turnovers, but Georgia's only scored 4 points off those turnovers so far.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of how hard you're working on the defensive end. So Arkansas is doing a good job of moving the ball. They're just missing open shots.
Barnum kicks out to Spencer there, who misses. Barnum is the leading scorer on the year for Arkansas. She's got just 3 so far in the early going. And a foul on the floor going to be called. That one's on Barnum.
That's her first team's first. Georgia basketball.
So looking at the first quarter in the last couple of games, Georgia's really gotten off to hot starts.
Well, they have. And today they've done it with some layups and putbacks. And those are high percentage shots for them, but they're taking advantage again of their defensive presence.
Battles being hounded on that ball screen. The shot clock is winding down. I don't think Georgia realized it.
Yeah, that's the guard. Guards have got to pay attention to the shot clock. I mean, and plus the fans here are counting down the shot clock.
Like, just listen to the fans.
Yeah, they know it. Listen to the fans. They know what's going on.
Well, good defense for Arkansas, jumping out on Battles on that ball screen.
In Arkansas, you see Poffenbarger. She's just a roamer, zero. She can go anywhere she wants. She can stay out wide. She can go into the paint. So they're just trying to just have movement. There she is in the middle. They're just trying to move it, creating a little bit of mismatch for that defense.
I love that. You told us to watch her. She flashes into the paint. She hits it.
Well, yeah,
you may have watched a few games over the years, possibly.
Just a couple. But that's the difference in the offense you have to run.
Warren from 3. The battle for the rebound. Barnum saves it back in bounds, though, on the Georgia end of the court. Chapman steps into one. And there's Poffenbarger. She is one of the best in the conference in defensive rebounds.
Yeah, she's obviously she shoots the 3 ball really well, but she's a great defender.
Barnum ties this one up. So how about Arkansas after a slow start, turnovers, not shooting well? They have come back to tie this game, and a timeout, Georgia.
$5 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wings.
Geico. Over 80.
The year where you don't want to be stuck on the side of the road, okay? Get your tires changed. You can do it all at Chevy Drive Chicago.
What else you got? What do you see in this?
Oh, look, Georgia's defense is a problem, but when Arkansas gets hot, they are a problem. Shout out to Brenda and Holly, two of my favorite. What's going on, guys?
Hello, y'all.
We're having a lot of fun here in Athens. It's a tight game in the early going, and we told you at the beginning of the game, Holly Warlick, the defense for Georgia, they have done exactly what we expected.
Well, they just make you play just fast, and they want you to drive. There's a block there. They just cover up all the holes and make you turn it over. Mentally, they just challenge you, and they convert those and don't dribble on the baseline because there is absolutely nowhere to go.
as we take a look at the game summary, Georgia shooting well. They started 5 for 7, but they're 2 of their last 8. And three-point field goals, 1 for 10 for Arkansas, but they've been able to get back in this game because they've made 4 of their last 5 shots.
Well, they have, and they're missing their three-point shot, Brenda, but we talked about offensive rebounds. What does that do? Gives you extra possessions, and they're capitalizing on that. They're capitalizing on Georgia's fouls, and they're capitalizing on not boxing out, and Arkansas going hard to the boards.
So we're all tied up here in Athens. Just 3 games remaining in SEC play. These two teams want desperately for a win today because it helps their chances in the NCAA tournament. Chrissy Carr picks up a foul against Audrey Warren. Those two went against each other in Big 12 play. Just last year, Audrey Warren played for Texas, and Chrissy Carr 2 years ago played for Kansas State.
And Warren's a hard guard because she can shoot the three, and she's physical. She drives the ball to the basket.
And a foul away from the ball. Audrey Warren looked like she was going to get a wide open layup, but there was a reason she was wide open.
Well, kind of an illegal screen. You would have gotten open against that screen, Brenda.
Maybe I would have gotten open.
Maybe, maybe.
So that's the second foul on Smith. And Smith has not scored, the second leading scorer on the year for Georgia, who has been playing so well in SEC play. She's got no points and now 2 fouls. Battles, pulls up. Smart. That's what she's so good at.
Just so smart. What does she do? Looking around, see if anybody's coming behind her, and just makes an easy pull-up jumper, keeping it simple.
6 points for Diamond Battles to lead the way for Georgia. Barnum flashing in, going against Nicholson. Goes up tough, no.
She's got to go in there, catch the ball, and turn and score. She's letting the defense affect her offense.
That was just a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, just a one-on-one. Do what you usually do.
Warren defended well by Carr. There's Nicholson. That's what she does well.
Boy, Nicholson is just cleaning up the boards. That's the second time she's kept the ball alive and getting a second chance look and a score.
She's got 6 points now for Georgia. Chrissy Carr picks up her dribble. A lot of standing right now for Arkansas. Chrissy Carr, that's nice. A tough 3.
And 3 seconds on the shot clock. I mean, great ball move. They were struggling a little bit. Just can't panic.
Arkansas led by 1 early when they were up 3-2, but they have been playing from behind the rest of the time. And then a foul called as Jordan Isaacs gets an offensive rebound. She'll go to the free throw line.
Well, you talk about the result of your defense. Just gets a good tip, and you got to take advantage of that hard play. And Battle looks around, you see her look behind her, making sure nobody's coming from behind, and she shoots the easy jumper. That's when you know your defense is solid and doing what it needs to do when you can convert and get 2 points or points out of that possession.
Jordan Isaacs is at the free throw line right now. She's 3 of 17 on the year, and she just made 2 free throws. That's her first point scored in the last 6 games. What a nice bonus for Georgia.
Yeah, she looked pretty cool and calm at the free throw line.
Spencer wide. Here comes Diamond Battles. And Georgia tries to get around quickly around the double team. Nice block on the backside of the defense by Barnum.
Yeah, maybe took off a little too soon.
Chrissy Carr from the corner. She's been hot, not on that one. She's made a couple of three-pointers. She's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, but wasn't close that time.
Just sped up. Thought she had to get her shot off quick as the defense was closing in.
Nicholson faces up. Nope. Boy, everything but goes in on that one. Daniels thought about over the top to Barnum, and then she commits an offensive foul with a push-off.
I like it. Battle sold that a little bit. I like that.
That's a first foul on Michaela Daniels.
Daniels didn't. She thought, if I'm going to push you, I'm going to push you.
Now, we were right in line with Daniels' vision, and she saw Barnum on the backside of that zone kind of ceiling. You could tell for just a moment she thought about it and thought better of it.
Absolutely. That's what they do. You see it, and you think you got it, and then they close up every lane.
A whistle away from the ball.
Okay, didn't see that one.
Arkansas shooting just 32% from the field, but they're within 3. Offenbarger, that one was tipped by Lewis.
Quick hands. Lewis, wow.
Nice pass ahead for the score, and that's Jordan Isaacs.
You can't worry about what you just did. You better get back on defense.
Isaacs gets a hand on that ball and knocks it out. Defense turning to offense for the Bulldogs.
Well, it is just quick hands. Look at the quick hands, but it was great ball pressure, and then you can't just jog back. You got to sprint because they're coming at you.
Langerman.
It's just amazing how much they spread. Georgia, look how they extend their guards out so far. Looks like a man.
Langerman doing what Riley Langerman tends to do. Gets a hustle play and a steal, an extra possession for Arkansas.
Yeah, you got to love it, and it's an extra possession.
Chrissy Carr, that's her third three-pointer.
And that's what Arkansas has to do. They may not get the first look, but get an extra look on the rebound and kick out.
Riley Langerman, they award hustle plays by calling them Rileys at Arkansas. She had a big one there with the steal, setting up that extra possession.
Yeah, she's just one of those kids that never stops.
And a foul on the floor. You're going to call that on the pass or on the shot? That's on Riley Langerman. Her second foul.
It looked like a pass, but they're gonna call 2 for the shot. So
Langerman having to take a seat after that big play on the other end that gave Arkansas the three-pointer to draw within 2. Javin Nicholson at the free throw line for Georgia. Nicholson has been good in SEC play. She was in double figures 4 straight games until their last game against Kentucky when she just had 2 points in 10 minutes, but she's averaging just under 9 points per game, and she's got 8 today. We thought this would be a good one today. These two teams are separated by just a game in the SEC standings. Both desperately need a win for their postseason hopes. And both teams fighting so hard. Chrissy Carr will go to the line. Isaacs picks up her first foul.
Chrissy Carr to the line for the Razorbacks. 2 shots.
Well, here's our men's basketball college doubleheader for Wednesday night, right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Vandy is in Baton Rouge squaring off against LSU at 7 Eastern. Then Joe Lunardi has Auburn as a number 10 seed, so they have work to do when they host Ole Miss at 9 Eastern. Both free throws made by Chrissy Carr. Arkansas within 2. They haven't led since they were up 3-2 in the early moments. Nicholson fadeaway. What a nice shot. And she's in double figures with 10.
The total control just turned and looked at the defense. What she made her move by quoting what the defense was doing. Nice control, nice shot.
Now she's been in double figures 5 of the last 6 games. Javin Nicholson, the 6'2 senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Diamond Battles with 6 points on 3 of 4 from the field for Georgia. There she is. And there's Poffenbarger with the rebound. One and a half minutes to go. Chrissy Carr flashes into that SEC logo area for the score.
Yeah, nice cut. Just went to a gap, cut it, was open, and they found the way to get her the ball.
Chrissy Carr with 13 points. She's made 3 3-pointers, both of her free throws, and 4 of 8 from the field. That was her first 2-pointer. But Nicholson, how about her? The only player off the bench today that scored, and she's got 12.
Yeah, she's given them a spark. She's really on offense, really putting Georgia in a position to keep their lead.
Daniels missing that one. Lewis strong to the hoop. Poffenbarger, that one almost stolen by Battles. Barnum.
Oh.
What don't you like about that, Coach?
Well, you know, when the offense is coming in and they're out of control, just let them score. You're bailing them out. So, hey, good for Barnum. Tacking the basket, stayed into the shot, drew the foul.
So you saw the offensive numbers on Nicholson. That was her foul. It was her first. Barnum at the free throw line for Arkansas. Even though it was not a good start in this game for Arkansas, they were down by as many as 7. They've chipped away, they've hung around, they've been able to score here on Georgia's home court.
Yeah, they've done it from the free throw line, and then they cut the lead a little bit with second chance points. So rebounding, attacking the basket has helped Arkansas stay in this game.
Virtually no difference between the game clock and shot clock. Lewis keeping her dribble alive. Strong off the backboard. Time for Daniels. We've seen her do it before, but not this time to close the half. Georgia up at home for Georgia, and Battles right there behind it.
Yeah, Nicholson is really staying within her game, taking the shots that she can make and not trying to create something she doesn't do.
So Georgia with their pink uniforms and the first possession of the third quarter in their Play for K game. They go right inside and draw the foul on Poffenbarger. That's her second foul.
Yeah, when you come out, bring it in, and it's your ball, you draw up something special. So that was a set play. They wanted to get the ball inside, and they wanted to put Smith at the free throw line or score.
Yeah, because Brittany Smith missed most of the first half with foul troubles, only played 5 minutes in the first half, hasn't scored until that free throw, so they set her up on the first possession. Georgia up by 5. They have led throughout the game, except for the 3-2 lead early for Arkansas. Barnum having a tough time inside going against Jordan Isaacs, hits the floor hard. Her teammates rush over to her. Isaacs pick up her second foul. The reason this game's so important for both these teams right now, Charlie Cream predicting that Georgia, one of the last 4 byes in the tournament, Arkansas, one of the last 4 in.
Yeah, it goes down to you got to, the last 3 games are important, so you've put yourself in the middle of the pack, and so now you got to finish it off and win your rest of your games to give yourself a chance to be considered.
Last 3 games of SEC play. There are 6 games in conference play today. No Monday night game this weekend, so everybody playing those games today, the 6 games. And so much yet to be determined for the SEC tournament in Greenville. Nicholson not able to get the score there. Pretty good defense by Barnum.
Yeah.
And an offensive foul on Michaela Daniels. She can't believe it. Audrey Warren has done that all her career.
She's going to get one, at least one a game. You saw it coming just right here in front of us, and I'm like, she just is really smart and can get to a spot and knows how to draw a foul.
It's a second foul on Michaela Daniels. Georgia has won their 5 of their last 6 games. Their only loss in that stretch was an overtime loss to LSU. They've been on a roll. And conversely, Arkansas has lost 6 of their last 8 games, but it has been a tough stretch of opponents. But Georgia with the best start here out of the halftime locker room. But Chrissy Carr said, not so fast. There's my 4th three-pointer of the game.
Yeah, don't get real excited, Georgia, because we're coming back down. And we shoot a lot of threes, and some of them are going to go in, and that one was money.
Arkansas makes 8 three-pointers a game typically. Carr has 4 of them all by herself, all of the Arkansas threes in this game.
And there's a double team on. There's a double team on Nicholson because they're not guarding Chloe Chapman outside. So you either got to catch it, kick it back out and repost, but you're not going to be able to score with 2 people on you there.
Here's Arkansas's resume. They had a great non-conference schedule, and they have just run into the gauntlet of SEC teams right now.
Yeah, I mean, playing LSU twice.
Chrissy Carr missing that one, but Barnum, Poffenbarger, still no one has hit a 3 for Arkansas except Chrissy Carr.
Yeah. Well, they're going to keep shooting, Brenda. They're going to keep shooting, and knowing that somebody else, it's going to fall.
Yeah. So back to Arkansas's NCAA tournament resume. Yes, they've lost 6 of their last 8, but 5 of those losses are to the top 5 teams in the SEC.
Yeah, they just they went through the gauntlet of just, especially early. Again, LSU playing twice, played at South Carolina, and South Carolina kind of took some wind out of their sail, and then they had to come in and grind it out with those teams in the middle of the conference. So we talk about it. It's a tough conference. It's a grind. And it just wears you down, and you got to get ready for the tournament. And what you're doing now is playing for a seed in the tournament.
Chrissy Carr scoring on this end. It was Audrey Warren on the other end, trading baskets, and Arkansas within 3. Warren with another jumper.
Set that up with just a shot fake from outside, got the defense to kind of bite on that, and then little 1-2 dribble pull up.
9 points for Warren. Arkansas sitting at 6 and 7 in SEC play. That's 8th place, right behind Georgia and Mississippi State, tied for 6th.
So Arkansas got the shot they wanted. They just missed the 3.
Brittany Smith has been quiet. She's had the foul trouble. Just 1 point. Chapman dared to shoot out there. Poffenbarger with another rebound. She's got 6 rebounds. Chrissy Carr, no, but Michaela Daniels falling to the floor to get that extra possession.
Great hustle play.
Poffenbarger too strong, but another offensive rebound. Spencer, no.
3 looks, got 3 good looks.
Spencer has not scored today. She averages 14 points a game typically for Arkansas.
We haven't seen Diamond battle. She needs to get into the flow a little bit. Hadn't seen her in a while.
There she is on the line. Poffenbarger, another good box out. Daniels, now Arkansas 2 for 11 here in the 3rd quarter.
Again, so Warren's really stepped off, coming off to a stagger screen, catch and shoot, really, really smart. What does she do? A little shot fake there, goes up, 1-2 dribble, pull up. She's been a problem for Arkansas the last couple of possessions down.
Always known as a defensive player, a player that draws a lot of charges, but she's needed to score for this Georgia team, and she's averaging about 8 points a game this year. Poffenbarger looking over to Langerman. Top of the key. Spencer still hasn't scored. Georgia with a 5-point lead. We'll listen and hear from Charlie Cream on Arkansas.
Hey, you want to join our rewards to unlock access to our VIP line?
That doesn't seem very...
Builder account. You get a cash reward for every month.
My own money?
You got it.
That sounds great, but do you have VIP?
We call them customers.
When a bank...
The year where you don't want to be stuck on the side of the road, okay? Get your tires changed. You can do it all at Chevy Drive Chicago.
Arkansas once seemed like a no-brainer to make the NCAA tournament, but these 6 losses in the last 8 games have put that in jeopardy for the Razorbacks, who are now among the last 4 in the field. That's what makes today's game against Georgia and Thursday's game at Mississippi State so big for Arkansas. Those are 2 other SEC bubble teams, and nothing gets you off the bubble and into the field better and faster than beating another bubble team.
That's exactly what we have. A couple of bubble teams going against each other. After this game, Arkansas goes to Mississippi State, and this is a critical stretch for them.
Yeah, absolutely, they started off 13-0, so they started off with a bang and then ran into a little buzzsaw with the SEC. But all is not lost. They got 3 more really important games. This one today, and a bubble team can knock off a bubble team.
Georgia with a 5-point lead. They've led throughout since the beginning of this game when they were down 3-2. And a backcourt violation out of the timeout for Arkansas.
Well, that's because Audrey Warren she's so smart defensively, and she created havoc on the. You pick up the ball, you're in trouble with her because she is all over the ball. She forced that turnover.
One of the transfers on this team. 3 transferred with Coach Abe from UCF. Audrey Warren transferred from Texas. And keep in mind, Zoisha Smith not available in this game. A player that took Audrey Warren's spot when she was injured in the Vandy and Florida game and scored in double figures both those games. She was not available for Kentucky and not available for this game.
Well, what did Coach A do? They missed an outside jumper. She gets them to pull it out. She goes to her high percentage shot. And Nicholson, she's being very dominant in the paint today.
Yeah, she's got 14 points, 6 of 9 from the field. Spencer still hasn't scored for Arkansas today. Poffenbarger dumps it off to Barnum. Good defense by Nicholson.
Yeah, Poffenbarger, just shoot your shot. She's a great offensive player. Don't worry about passing so much, shoot it.
Smith spinning around, missing.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Abe liked that shot. I wish we had a camera on her expression.
Chrissy Carr, another 3-pointer from Chrissy Carr. She is keeping Arkansas in this game.
Yeah, you need to. She's hit what, 5 threes? She's hit 5 threes today. She is on fire from the arc.
Nice pass to set up Nicholson at the rim.
That's pretty play.
Yeah, Chrissy Carr, you mentioned the 5 3-pointers. She's got 21 points today. Her season high is 22. Nice pass from Poffenbarger to set up Barnum inside.
That happened, Brenda, because Carr's in the corner of the 3-point line, and so Warren had to make a decision. Do I guard Barnum inside, or do I have to take Carr, who's hit the last couple of shots?
Barnum now in double figures. She's just 5 away from 1,000 points in her career. Smith, nice up and under move for Brittany Smith.
Well, we we started off struggling a little bit, scoring, and now both teams are on fire.
Brittany Smith, that was her first field goal, a travel called on Chrissy Carr. And Chrissy Carr comes up hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, and so you see Carr wide open. You've got to be aware of where she is all the time. Great pass to Nick. Just a little basic screen and roll makes it look so easy.
Georgia with a 6-point lead. Georgia shooting well this quarter, 6 of 11 from the field. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. We're here in Athens, Georgia. An important game for both these teams wanting to get off the bubble. Poffenbarger wide left, and still nobody with a Razorback jersey has hit a three-pointer except Chrissy Carr.
Well, that's what Arkansas does. I mean, they're going to keep shooting because they know the next shot's going in. But I believe I'd be getting the ball to Carr.
Nice drive to the basket for Diamond Battles. She's got 8 now. That's her first basket in a long time, and a nice drive. The 8-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for Georgia.
Yeah, we've been talking about where's Battles been. Well, here's where she's been. She's attacking the basket, making it look easy, giving Georgia an 8-point lead.
Targets are on site.
It's all here.
To be undercover.
In position.
And if you need Geico.
In pursuit.
Winter weather in Chicago, you know, vehicle winter ready with an oil change done at Chevy Drive Chicago dealer near you.
Well, tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, swimming and diving championships. The Florida Gators have won the last 10 men's titles, and the Tennessee Lady Vols are the women's defending champion. And turns out that Coach Abe was actually a champion swimmer in high school. She said she was the Michael Phelps of Iowa girls swimming.
I love that. Yeah, but she's got the body and the physique for it, but good decision for her to go to basketball.
Well, she played basketball here at Georgia for a couple of years, then at the University of Iowa, and she's back at her alma mater. She's got Georgia playing some great defense, and as we look at the stars in this game, really it's been Chrissy Carr keeping Arkansas in the game and Javin Nicholson off the bench for Georgia.
Well, Carr's been outstanding. It's an outside in. Carr's scored from the outside all over the Arkansas's three-point shots, and then Nicholson has really dominated inside the paint, and she is really putting on a shot. But she's demanding the ball, and Georgia's getting her the basketball.
Yeah, she's 7 of 11 from the field today. 5 of her last 6 games, she's been in double figures. Daniels picks up the foul as she drives to the basket. Alicia Lewis, picking up that foul, her second.
Now that's a tough call. They bump into each other, and she falls. You got to call it.
Poffenbarger, straight on jumper. She's got 6.
She's got a beautiful shot. Beautiful. She hadn't shot well today, but she's got just a pretty form. Really pretty shot.
That one kicked out of the way. So we got Sailor Poffenbarger, her mom, Amy Fordham Poffenbarger, played at Missouri. On her dad's side of the family, her aunt, Ann Poffenbarger, played for Maryland back in the day. Actually was one of the first coaches at George Washington University for their women's basketball program. So they remind her often she's not the first good basketball player in this family.
And I'm sure they do. Nope.
Wolfenbarger missing that follow-up. Who else? Javin Nicholson.
Well, I'm not giving up on the play. And again, Georgia's done a great job of rebounding the basketball and really finishing, giving them the second chance points. Great opportunities for Georgia today.
18 points for Javin Nicholson, closing in on her season high of 20. And Lewis rips it away from Daniels, and then Daniels commits the foul. It's been a little bit of a frustrating day for Michaela Daniels. 1 of 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from three-point range, just 3 points for the real heart and soul of this Arkansas team.
Well, she's been a focal point for Georgia, and as you can see, that's her scoring, but they've really done a great job of taking care of her.
That one off the mark, and Georgia going to the fourth quarter with
a while for them to learn each other and play with each other.
We're starting the fourth quarter here in Athens. Arkansas had drawn within 1 point, 34-33, with 7:11 remaining in the third, and Georgia has been on a 14-7 run to take this lead. Javin Nicholson has done most of the damage. It goes last off her hands, but she's leading the way for Georgia with 18 points.
Man, Warren should have shot that. They're really focusing on going inside Georgia. They're making a commitment to doing that, and Warren's got to take her shot right there.
Arkansas has been led in scoring by Chrissy Carr. She's made 5 three-pointers. Nobody else for Arkansas has made a three-pointer today. There she is with the ball.
Better know where 34 is.
Barnum muscling up inside, crawls over the front of the rim, and draws Arkansas within 6.
Yeah, Barnum she's had to work for every point she has gotten in this game. And she's been a really focal point for Georgia's defense.
She's got 12 points. She's just 3 away from 1,000 in her career. Can Arkansas get some stops to get back in this game? Not on that possession, Audrey Warren says.
Big bucket. Diamond Battles knew exactly where she was going to be. Warren delivers.
Warren now with 12 points to join Nicholson in double figures. That one deflected. How many times have we seen Lewis deflect the ball, but then the turnover?
You work so hard on the defensive end that you really got to capitalize on what you just did.
Whistle on the floor because Chrissy Carr started limping, and they stopped play as she's going to take a seat on the bench.
I think she's kind of recovering. Earlier, remember Brenda, she kind of tweaked her, I don't know if it was knee or ankle, she tweaked something, and it looks like that's still giving her a fit.
And she will go back toward the locker room for Arkansas. She's leading the way for the Razorbacks with 21 points. Barnum inside has 12. There she is.
You got to go to her. That's your money.
And she goes right at Nicholson.
Yeah, she's picked it up. She's really come along in the second half. First half she struggled a little bit, but she's settled in and keeping Arkansas in this game.
Poffenbarger steals it away, doesn't have numbers. And there's Lewis. Lewis is always there, right? Oh, and too strong inside for Barnum. Barnum has been tough here in the second half for Arkansas.
Well, they have, and look how physical they're. There's two people on her. Just powers it up. Went square to the basket, but she knows how to score.
Redshirt senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas, has 999 points in her career now.
Woo.
Wolfenbarger, good defense on Warren. Nicholson decides to try a 17-footer.
I heard somebody behind me say swing it, and I'm like, no, you shoot it.
She ties her season high of 20 points. Spencer. Oh, just rattles in and out. Spencer still hasn't scored. She's 0 for 8 for Arkansas. And Battles can't catch up with that one, but Javin Nicholson, what a game she's had for Georgia.
Oh, and she's done it inside around the paint. She goes, you know what, if you're not going to guard me, I'm going to make the play from the outside.
Nicholson double figures, 5 of her last 6 in her senior year. Poffenbarger. Still, nobody has hit a 3 for Arkansas besides Chrissy Carr, who is off the court right now in the locker room with an apparent lower leg injury. Nice move by Brittany Smith.
Smart decision, had a break, pulled it, didn't have it, pulled it out, waited for her teammates to come. So Georgia's really playing smart. They're attacking the basket ahead of Arkansas.
Georgia with their biggest.
That was a high for us.
A tremendous moment of glory for the basketball program at the University of Georgia.
One guy on there, he didn't know what country we were from. I just wanted to tell him, he was from the SEC.
The Southern Hoops documentary that has been so interesting to keep track of, and so much history here with women's basketball. Andy Landers built this program, and 40 years ago, this program went to the Final Four. They celebrated that last weekend.
Yeah, you got to love when you see this. It was a great Georgia basketball team, and then what's really special is they all came back, reenacted the photo. You got to love it. And then you see Teresa Edwards, you see Janet Harris, and of course Coach Landers. You can't mention anything about Georgia basketball unless you include Coach Andy Landers.
You can see the women have gone to the Final Four 83, 85, 95, 96, 99, all under Andy Landers, but they celebrated that 40th anniversary of the women's trip to the Final Four.
Well, you always have a group, Brenda, that puts your team on the map. That team put Georgia on the map. Great recruiting, great talent, local kids, kids from the state of Georgia, brought the atmosphere in here, and just laid the foundation for this Georgia program.
And Katie Abrahamson Henderson, Coach Abe, played here at Georgia. She was a young player with Katrina McLean and Teresa Edwards as upperclassmen, and she has so much pride in this program, being back at her alma mater. Nice move by Erin Barnum, Barnum now crossing 1,000 points in her career and draws Arkansas back within 9.
And she's been so consistent this season, and they've gone to her, and rightfully so, because she is a great bucket in the paint.
Javin Nicholson gets the offensive rebound to give the extra possession to Georgia. 15 on the shot clock.
You know, Aubrey Warren's got to keep the ball high, because you bring it down low, you're going to get it slapped away, and that's what Barnum did. Just slapped it out of bounds.
Smith drawing the foul on Poffenbarger.
Yeah, great out of bounds play. She just steps back and then reads her D. Just quick shot. Gonna call a foul on that every time.
Smith still with 7 points now. Had the foul trouble in the first half. Third foul on Sailor Poffenbarger. Chrissy Carr still not back in the game, and I believe a technical has been called on the Arkansas bench.
It's just been a lot of talk off the bench, and somebody on the end of the bench made a comment, and they'd already warned him on the end of the bench. So, you know, look, this game is hard. It's physical, it's athletic, and these officials are doing the best they can to call it a fair and even game. And
the officials, Jenna Cross, Joe Vasili, Teresa Stuck, and Holly Warlick is standing up for the officials.
And it's being recorded.
Diamond Battles goes to the free throw line for the technical foul shots.
Look, and coaches, you know, they don't like a call. It's okay, but you just can't keep going on and on because the officials, they're going to get over it, and they finally got over it.
Yeah, and it came from the end of the bench. So the technical is assessed to the bench. And also a technical on Mike Neighbors, so that's the additional free throws.
Yeah. And it's really critical at this time because Arkansas was really hanging in. So now on an offensive possession, they get a technical, and then you have to go down and you get shots. And now Georgia gets the ball back.
Biggest lead of the game for Georgia, the 14 points with 5:26 remaining. Georgia led today by Javin Nicholson. Audrey Warren has 12, Diamond Battles has 11, and the vaunted Georgia defense has held Arkansas to just 33% from the field and 46 points so far. Smith going to work on Poffenbarger, too strong, but she hustles after it to get her own rebound.
I love that. I love players rebounding out of their area. She just went to get it, kept it alive, ran it down.
Smith, what a tough shot.
A great series by her.
Gets her own offensive rebound, puts up a tough shot over the length of Poffenbarger. She's got 9 points. And a steal. And Georgia's starting to run away with it right now.
Very smart. Georgia didn't have anything. Use the clock. Get a good look.
Audrey Warren,
like that,
seemed to absorb some contact. Was that a good look?
Well, it is when it goes in.
That's right. That's right.
Thought she got fouled, but didn't call it. Fishers didn't call it.
Turnover, 2-on-1 break. Warren back to Lewis. The score, the foul, everything going the way of the Bulldogs right now.
Yeah, and Georgia just turns defense into offense. They work so hard on the defensive end, and then what do they take advantage, get an easy look, and an and one.
Team Sport, Lewis to the line for the Dogs.
Spencer picks up the foul. And Lewis, you see her throughout the game, getting deflections, hands on the basketball, making things happen. She hasn't scored a lot of points today, although she has been good lately. She's coming off a 13-point game against Kentucky, but good to see Warren rewarding her for all the hard work she's done defensively.
Lewis, she's that kid you need on your team. You know, she plays solid defense. She gets the team and where they need to go, and you know, you got to have one of those kids. And she can score, but she probably looks to pass more than she looks to shoot the basketball.
Javin Nicholson ties her career high with that bucket. And right at the basket, a foul going to be called on Samara Spencer, and that just looks like some frustration. Let's look at these numbers. Chrissy Carr back on the court from the injury. She has all of the Arkansas three-pointers. The rest of the team 0 for 19.
Well, you got to think that Chrissy Carr's injury slowed her down a little bit. But I think, Brenda, within the last 2 minutes ago, this game was close. And then you get two technicals, and Georgia takes advantage of that, hits their free throws, and then scores against on the offensive possession, and then it just gets out of control.
Nicholson misses on that attempt. Georgia on a roll right now. They have won 5 of their last 6. Their only loss, an overtime loss at LSU, a game they felt like they could have won.
And that's just the presence of their defense. And you get, kids don't. You don't sign a kid because they're great defenders. You sign them because they're offensive players. And these kids really relish in this defensive system. And so, you think zone, which is really not a zone. It's a man-to-man with matchup principles, really. So,
what a beautiful shot from Battles, who has 13 now. Yeah, Coach Abe talked to us about the fact that sometimes coaches might recruit against her, saying, "Oh, you're going to go run a zone if you go to Georgia," but it doesn't. It's not really because of the matchup, and it has so many man-to-man principles.
You're constantly got to move. You constantly got to talk. You're really just guarding the ball with 5 people in help position, and so, hey. You're going to be in a game with this defense. Very seldom are they out of a basketball game.
Stolen away by Spencer. Hounded Chrissy Carr because she's the only Arkansas player that's made a 3 today. Still, the rest of the team 0 for 20 from three-point range. Arkansas, such a great non-conference schedule, 6-9 since then. Georgia started SEC play 2-5, but 5-1 since, looking to go 6-1 here with this win.
And you look at those Georgia games, majority of those were lost by 2, 3, very close games. So I think Georgia felt good about it, not losing, but felt good about what they could do to get on the winning side.
Ball is out. It's Georgia basketball.
So as you look ahead for Georgia, they'll host Auburn here on the 23rd. Then they'll finish their season at South Carolina next weekend, before they go on to the SEC tournament.
Well, that'll get them ready for the tournament.
Right?
Being South Carolina's final home game with all their seniors getting honored.
What a great atmosphere, the Colonial Life Arena. Amazing.
It really is. And credit Dawn and her staff for recruiting the kids that are there. And then those kids performing. And it's, look, you want to go out and see great effort. Obviously, you want them to win, but you want kids to play hard. And South Carolina plays hard. Georgia plays hard. So you shouldn't have to teach that aspect of the game. That's a given.
Emory Ellis at the line for Arkansas. That's the first points made for Arkansas since the 6:01 mark. So this defense of Georgia held Arkansas without a field goal the last 6 minutes of the ball game. So what was a 1-point game midway through the third quarter has turned out a blowout win for Georgia. Georgia with the victory, 71-48 here at home.
Yeah, and then Georgia they went on a 20-4 run, and it started with their defense, and then they capitalized on it and played small.